Start recording. Full screen. So today, we're going to do 2 sections in one because essentially they're the same section. All right? And it is called Solving Percent Problems. Now, I'm pretty sure we've all seen percent problems before. All right? I'm pretty sure we've all seen it before. And these problems look like this. So percent problems. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. I haven't heard any official word yet. Give me 1 second. I'm going to check right now. All right? Because this will benefit you. Well, it might. I don't know. It depends on who you are. So I am looking, and it's not there yet. I will hopefully know more information, hopefully by Wednesday. I think I'm teaching a MAT080 course over the summer now. That just opened up over the weekend. Like I got an email on Friday that I might be teaching a MAT080 course over the summer. That being said, if I am, it's an in-person class at Boyce, which is in Monroeville. So, if I am teaching it, you will be the first to know. Because the email I got over the weekend, there's already people enrolled in the course, and since it's an on-campus class, meaning in person, they are limiting the amount of people that are allowed to be in there. All right, and I know there's already people in it, so I will know hopefully by Wednesday. All right, and if I am, I will tell you, and then if you want, you can register for that class. And like I said, it's an in-person course up at Boyce, which is in Monroeville. I don't know where you live, but if you're interested, I'm just going to make the announcement, okay? But like I said, I don't know yet. I'll let you know hopefully by Wednesday. Good? All right, good. So percent problems. Like I said, you've probably seen these problems before, and they look something like this. What is 50% of 200? All right? Or another way to phrase this, or another type of problem is 82 is what percent of 550? Have we seen these problems before? Okay? So what's really nice about this is there is an actual way to do these problems that makes it very easy for us. And there's 2 ways, okay? So the first way I'm going to show, actually, yeah, I'll show you both ways. It's fine. But the first way, I'm going to piggyback off the proportion idea that we were studying last week. All right? So this is called the percent proportion. All right? And it looks like this. So the percent proportion is a proportion. It's a fraction equal to a fraction, or a ratio equal to another ratio, in which you are going to fill in the information from the problem into your proportion. Now, to help you with this, all right, to help you with this, there are going to be some really easy numbers that you can actually substitute in. The easiest number is the percent. If you can find the percent symbol, you put that number right there. The second easiest is going to be this number, or this word right here. Base. This appears, or this number, let me write out this number. This number appears after the word of. Always. So whenever you read your problem, if you read the word of, the number directly to the right will be the base. When you substitute in your percent, substitute in your base, you only have one thing left, and that is the amount. Okay? And the amount, I'm going to write it above here. This marker is way too thick. The amount is the part compared to the whole. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you can find the percent in the base, whatever number is left over is going to be the amount no matter what. Process of elimination, really. Okay? So let's look at, okay, how do we actually apply this? Okay? So here's an easy problem right here. All I want you to do is translate. I don't want you to solve anything yet. I just want you to translate. 27% of what number is 54? Okay? Now, remember, you have a percent proportion. Okay? Where you have the amount, the base, percent, and 100. So, without thinking, you can automatically write that. That number 100 is not going to change. Okay? So now when I read the problem again, I'm looking for those key things. I'm looking for a percent symbol, and I'm looking for the word of. So the first thing I see, 27%. So wherever the percent symbol was, I put the number 27. Now I see the word of. I'm going to underline it. The thing directly to the right is going to be the base. Now, this says of what number? Since I don't know the number, the base will be X. And then the last number that we see, 54, is the amount. It's the only place it can go. And that's how you set up the percent proportion. All right? That's how you set it up. So I'm going to give you one to do now. Remember, all I want you to do is translate it. I don't want you to solve anything yet. All right? And there's your problem right there. 30 is what percent of 90? Okay. Excuse me. Do we have an answer?
Would it be 90x, 90 over x, and then 30 over 100?
No. No, I have to disagree a little bit. First, Preachy, do you see a percent symbol anywhere in this problem?
No.
No. So, in fact, it even says what percent. So the percent gets the X. Do you see the word of?
Yeah.
So if I underline the word of and look to the right, what number is that?
90.
So that goes in the denominator of the first fraction. So what goes into the numerator then?
It'd be x.
We already have an X. What's the...
30.
There you go.
Alright.
And that's how you set it up.
Okay.
All right, let's do another one. And so let's try that one. What number is 25% of 116? Okay, let's look at this one. Remember, the ratio, the proportion, set up the same. You got a fraction bar equals a fraction bar with a 100 in the denominator. So, somebody give me the first ratio. Give me the left fraction, this one over here. I love it. And the second one has to be 25 over 100. So let's just see how that works real quick. Okay, so this is the correct answer. I'm just going to erase to show you how this works. I read it. What number is 25% of 116? I see the 25%, so I put 25 over 100. I see the word of, and I look to the right. That's going to be 116. What number is the only thing that's left? So that's going to be my amount. Okay? Are there any questions? All right. Now we're going to start solving them. So here's an example. What number is 30% of 9? Okay? So once again, we start off simple. Let's set up our proportion, then we'll worry about solving it. So I set up my proportion. Now I read it one more time. What number is 30%? I see the percent symbol, so I'm going to put a 30 above the 100. I see the word of, and I look to the right, and that's going to be a 9. So the only thing I don't have is the amount. So that's going to be X. Now from here, does anybody remember how to solve a problem like this? Where you have a ratio equal to a ratio? Bingo. So we're going to cross multiply. Okay? However, that's actually going to be step 2. Excuse me, step 1. You're going to want to simplify if you can. And the only reason why is it's going to make your life easier. All right? If you forget to simplify at the start, no harm, no foul. Okay? That just means you're going to have to simplify at the end, which is okay. But if you do it at the beginning, it makes life a lot easier. For example, this 30 over 100, I can definitely simplify that down into 3 over 10. Okay? Now, if you're asking yourself, how did he do that? Here's what I did. In my head, I rewrote the 30 as 3 times 10, and I rewrote the 100 as 10 times 10. That way, I can reduce the 10s, and I'm left over with 3 over 10. That's what I did in my head. Now, I'm going to cross multiply. So I get 10 times x equals 3 times 9. Okay? So from here, I get 10x equals 27. And then I will divide both sides by the number in front of the variable. So I get x equals 2.7. Now, what I do, and it's just for me, is I'm just going to rewrite the statement. Instead of putting what number, I'm going to put 2.7 is 30% of 9. And that's it. I just write a little sentence because it kind of sums everything up for me. 2.7 is 30% of 9. All right. Does that make sense, everyone? All right. So now what I want you to do is this problem. 150% of what number is 30? So go ahead and try that for me, please. Okay. Do you need some more time? I'm guessing you do. I'm sorry.
I think I got the answer.
All right, what'd you get?
I got x equals 20.
I think that looks good. All right, so let's go over it. First thing, let's set up our proportion. All right. Now from here, we're gonna fill in the blocks. So 150%. That's gonna go directly above the 100 because that's where the percent number goes. Now I see the word of. I look to the right and it says what number? So my base will be x, which means the number 30 is gonna go above the x. Now, I'm gonna try to reduce if I can. So off to the right, the 150 over 100. This is what I'm doing inside my head. If I were you, I'd write it down. 15 times 10 is 150, and 10 times 10 is 100. Reduce the tens. 15 is really 3 times 5. 10 is 2 times 5. So I can reduce the 5s. So now I can rewrite my problem, make it look a little bit easier for me, as 30 over x equals 3 over 2. Now, from here, I cross multiply. So I write 2 times 30 equals 3 times x. I know 2 times 30 is 60. 60 equals 3 times x, which means I need to divide both sides by the number in front of the variable, which is a 3. And 60 divided by 3 is 20. So, Leah, based off me looking at the screen while I was writing this down, you didn't simplify at the very start, did you?
I didn't simplify down to 3 and 2. I simplified down to 15 and 10.
Still works, didn't it?
Yeah.
All right. It's just, it'll save you more hassle at the end if you simplify at the start. 15 over 10 is good. Hey, let's be honest. You simplified. That's good enough for me. You might not have done it as much as I did, but you still did it. And that helps out tremendously. Okay? Are there any questions, people? All right, let's do some more then. $20.8 is 40% of what number? Okay? Now we'll do this one together. And the only reason why we're going to do this one together is because it has a decimal in there. But this is basically the last lecture of the semester. You have the tools to do this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set it up. I look for the percent symbol first. That's the easiest number to find. That's going to be a 40. Okay? Now I look for the word of. And I look to the right and it says what number? So I'll just put an X. Which means that decimal, the 20.8, is going to be the amount. Okay? Now from here I try to simplify if I can. Off to the right, 40 is 4 times 10. 100 is 10 times 10, so I can reduce the tens. Now I can even go a little bit further. 4 is 2 times 2. 10 is 2 times 5. So I can reduce one of the 2's. So my problem is now going to be 20.8 over x equals 2 over 5. And from here, I cross multiply. So that gives me 2x equals 20.8. Let me write that cleaner. It looks like 20 times 8. 20.8 times 5. Now, the multiplication, I have to do it. I'm going to do it off to the side. And just remember, when you're multiplying decimals, you just multiply. 5 times 4 is 40. Carry the 4. 5 times 0 is 0. Plus 4 is 4. 5 times 2 is 10. I have 1 decimal place in the first number. 0 decimal places in the second. So my answer will have 1 decimal place. So I put it to the right and move it to the left 1 spot. So that gives me 2x equals 100 or 104. My last move, divide both sides by the number in front of the variable, which is a 2, to give me 52. So 20.8 is 40% of 52. How are we looking so far, everyone? How are we looking so far? Pretty good? All right, let's do one where we have to actually find the percent, okay? We haven't done one of those yet. So we have what percent of 50 is 8. Okay? So my method does not change. So I set up my proportion. From here, I see what percent of 50 is 8. There is no percent symbol. So I put an X for the percent. I see the word of. So that's going to be a 50 for the base, which means the 8 goes in the numerator. Okay? Now from here, I try to simplify if I can. So I look on the left. 8 over 50. Well, that's really 2 times 4 over 2 times 25. So I can reduce the 2's. Now that 4 I can break down into 2 times 2. And the 5 I can break down into 5 times 5. But that really doesn't help me out at all. I can't reduce anything there. So I leave it as 4 over 25. From here, I cross multiply. So I get 4 times 100. Equals 25 times x. 4 times 100 is 400. Now I will divide both sides by the number in front of the variable. In this case, it's 25. Oh no, it's actually double that. So 400 divided by 25 is 16. So if you're wondering how I did that, here's how I did it. All right, so 400 is really 4 times 100. 25 is 5 times 5, and all I did was I broke this down even further. I know that 100 I can't even speak right now. I know 100 is 4 times 25. So I guess if I would have just left this as 25, you can see that the 25s reduce. And you're left over with 4 times 4, which is 16. So 16% of 50 is 8. Are there any questions there? All right. So the last thing I want to talk about is going to be in section 6.6, which is sales tax, commission, and discount. And welcome to the last thing of the semester. This is it. We're done after this. So we've all seen, or we've all heard of sales tax before. We've all heard of commission, and well, maybe not commission. I don't know if you've ever heard of commission, but we've heard discounts. We love discounts. I love discounts. All right. Commission is when somebody works for a company and they make a certain percentage of money based off the amount that they sell. We'll worry about that when we get to commission. Okay? First thing, let's talk about sales tax. Sales tax is equal to the tax rate times the purchase price. Oh, I forgot the word rate. So in Allegheny County, in fact, in Pennsylvania, our tax rate is 7%. Specifically in Allegheny County, though, because that's where we live. Some counties are a little bit different. I think Westmoreland is 6%. I can't remember, though. Leo, what county? Do you live in Allegheny County still? You're right on the border, though, right? I thought so. Okay. So, let's say, for example, we were to buy, what are we buying? Let's buy a TV. I'm going to keep it nice and easy. So you go to Best Buy to purchase a TV. The TV sells for $200. Find the sales tax. Note, the sales tax is 7%. So you're buying this TV in Allegheny County. Now, I was just looking at TVs over the weekend because I would like to purchase a TV for my porch outside. Because Molly we like to watch TV outside at night. So here we go. Sales tax is equal to the tax rate. Now, the tax rate almost every single time is going to be given to you as a percent. You need to convert that into a decimal. So, this 7% equals 0.07. So what we're going to do, is instead of writing 7% for the tax rate, we're going to write 0.07. You got to remember to do that. It's going to be given to you as a percent. You need to convert it into a decimal. All right. In fact, Why don't we just do this while I'm thinking about it? In the formula, I drew a little arrow underneath tax rate and said convert to a decimal. Okay? So sales tax is going to equal 0.07 times the purchase price, which in this case is $200. All right? So our sales tax is going to equal, now I'm going to go off to the right and multiply these two numbers together. So 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 7 is 0. Did I just say 7 times 7 is 0? Oh, that's embarrassing. That's on tape. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 2 is 14. Now, I have 0 decimal places in the first number, 2 in the second number. So, my answer is going to have 2. Therefore, my sales tax is going to be $14. Okay? Are there any questions there? So that's how much tax I need to pay to purchase this TV. And that leads us into our next formula. All right, so here's our first formula, the sales tax formula. The next formula is total price. Now, total price is going to equal your purchase price plus sales tax. So I can extend this question one step further and say, okay, we know the purchase price is $200. We know the sales tax is $14. How much is my bill actually going to be? So my total price is going to equal the purchase price, which is $200, plus my sales tax, which is $14, for a total price of $214. Does that make sense, everyone? Now, Allegheny County is kind of weird. Actually, I think it's in the state of PA, to be honest. We don't tax on certain items. I don't know if you knew that. Like if you go to the grocery store and you buy a gallon of milk, whatever the purchase price is, that's what it is. We don't tax that. Pennsylvania considers that thing or that milk to be a necessity, and we don't tax on necessities. Another thing we don't tax is clothes. There's no tax on clothes in PA. Now, if you were to go into, I think, Ohio, you get taxed on clothes. You also get taxed on milk there. So certain counties and certain states have different tax rates. It's up to you to know what the tax rate is. Are there any questions with sales tax and total price? I think it's pretty straightforward because we've all been in that situation before where we went to the store to go buy something. Okay? The next question here is this. Or I'm sorry, the next thing. It's commission. Now, commission equals commission rate times sales. So that's your next formula. So far, we have 3 formulas. Commission, total price, and sales tax. Now, commission is basically a paid percentage of someone's total sales. Okay? That's what commission is. And there are some people that strictly work on commission. I have a friend who sells real estate. He sells commercial real estate, to be specific. And his paycheck is a percentage of how much he sells for that week or that month or that year. So for Carmine, he will go weeks and sometimes months without a paycheck. Any of you have a job? I know some of us have a job. Could you imagine going weeks and months without a paycheck? You're going to work, but you're not getting paid. Well, that's Carmine. Now, he sells commercial real estate, so he may sell a commercial building for, $1 million. And he'll get 7% of that. So he actually gets a check for like $70,000. When it happens. But that has to happen. Okay? So let's look at it, just a small example of commission. So let's see, who sell? I'll sell some stuff. John sells TVs on commission. His commission rate is 10% of sales. If John sold $3,150 of TVs in a week, what is his commission? All right, so it's just a straight problem. Now, we know commission equals the commission rate times sales. All right. So for here, my commission is going to be equal to my commission rate, which is 10%, but I need to convert that into a decimal. So it's going to be 0.10 times my sales, 3,150. All right. So what's nice about this problem, and I chose these numbers specifically so I can do this, since I am multiplying by a factor of 10, such as 0.1, because 10% is really 0.1. So 0.1, 0.01, or 0.01, I count the number of decimals, which is 1, and I move my decimal place to the left 1 spot. So my commission for that week is $315. Okay? So there are some jobs out there where you get, a commission. There are some jobs where that commission is kind of weird. All right? And I think what I'm referring to is if you work at a restaurant, let's say, you wait tables. All right? Now, people who wait tables, they get paid an hourly wage, but it's very low. I think it depends on the restaurant, but it's like $3 or $2.50 an hour. And your commission kicks in on your tips. So you hope that the people tipping you tip well. And I guess that means you got to be nice at everything. So make sure when you go out to restaurants that you tip appropriately. Actually, do better than appropriately, because waiting tables is a very hard job. They're on their feet all day. So just be nice. On that note, I'm going to call it a day. When we come back on Wednesday, we're going to finish up with discount. And then we're going to start reviewing for the final. That's it. So when you think about it, if you look in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, we have 2 classes left. That's it. The 5th and the 10th. 2 classes left. What are you going to do with your time after me? I have no idea. So on that note, I'm going to